Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Fallout 4. Picking up where we left off, we just left Vault 111. Yeah, press that to sprint, but it takes my action points. And, yeah, I don't care about that flower. And our next quest is to head home to Sanctuary Hills, which, as you can see, isn't looking great after 200 years. Yeah, I think. But yeah, looks pretty shit. What's funny though is that you have these mailboxes here, right? And some of them, I do believe. Hang on, let me find one. That one. Hang on, I know that there's some somewhere. Oh, there you go. See, like this one here says Hawthorne on it. But if you actually take the time to run around Sanctuary Hills, like while the bomb, like before the bomb drops, these mailboxes are still here, but none of them have names on them. And I think there's like 3 or 4 of them around here that have names. And look, we have a survivor of sorts.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth? You're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
But of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the wife see you in that state, Where is the missus, by the way?
She's in a better place.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you?
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
Have you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, sir. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
Okay. Before we do that, just in case it wasn't depressing enough up until that point, right? Oh yeah, see, look at there's another one, Rosa. I knew there was more with names on them.
Not this time.
Oh, I think Codsworth found something.
Tis but a
Yeah.
Aha!
So these are bloat flies. You don't really need to help him. He will annihilate these things all by himself. I don't even know where the hell that one landed. There it is.
Nothing here but a few flies.
Yeah, flies.
My senses are picking up movement in another house. Follow me.
Will do. There is some stuff to collect here. We'll follow Codsworth for a bit. For a bit. We'll follow Codsworth till the end of this bit. Before we go and collect it. There is only... Really, there's only 2 unique items in this place. See, this one have a name on it. Codsworth is stuck on it, though. But yeah, see, there's more bloat flies.
Picking up not this time.
Oh, fuck, and they moved just as I pulled the trigger. Oh,
The post. Plug it off.
what was that?
Mr. John, your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, sir? Plenty of people there. And last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Alright, so... We're going to save Concord for next part. And you might be wondering, but we just started this part. What are you going to do for the rest of it? Well... Oh, God. Gonna wait until... Oof, that sneeze fucking... did something up there. But anyway, we're going to explore a couple of locations that are around. As you can see, they did barricade... Somebody at some point barricaded themselves in this house. There's a lot of things in Fallout that don't particularly make sense. Oh. Save here. Yeah, I know how to do things. Just like the way that they Like Codsworth has been here for 200 years. But at some point somebody barricaded that. Now, oh, that broke. That's a shame. Now, obviously, that's not really something that you would have done before the war. Hopefully, pipe pistol, which in reality, the pipe pistol probably should have been your first gun in this game because you get the 10 millimeter, and it's so much better than the pipe pistol. But there's so many pipe pistols around. I'm also not taking some of this stuff because, well, you'll see when we get to an actual when we get back, work our way back to the workbench there. To get this place as a settlement. I keep hitting left bumper to sprint. By the way, that's why it keeps going into VATS mode. This place is also ruined. Sure, I'll take some more rat teeth. But every settlement has a size meter, right? And you can only build so much until it's full. Now, while there isn't really any way to increase the size that you're allowed to make a place, there is a way to decrease the size the game thinks thinks a location is, which is if you let's say you've built so much that the size is maxed out, right? If you drop something on the ground, like if we go into my inventory here, like any of this stuff under junk, right? If I drop that on the ground, that doesn't count as increasing its size. But if you destroy it, it does count as decreasing its size. So if you need more building space, all you need to do is drop a bunch of junk on the ground and then dismantle it for parts, which once again, that'll be displayed once we get back to the workbench. And that will then give you more space because it will count as you removing part of the settlement, even though you're really not. There's also all these white picket fences here. They'll be gone. Some of the ones that are a little bit better shape, you can store them, but I think you need to get because you can't build those right away, and I think you need to get a magazine that lets you build them so that you can store them and move them around properly. Bubblegum is food, so I'll pick that up. Not that we'll be eating it, but I can't dismantle it. Nuka-Cola, pork and beans, empty milk bottle can stay there. But yeah, so there isn't really, as far as I know, or as far as I could tell with how much and I built a lot in this game, there doesn't seem to be much use in keeping your settlements a certain size. Like, I've always just built, right? And then if I ran out of space, I would, fashionable glasses, sure. I think I know what those are, and they are ugly. Also, I'm taking the stuff out of the containers because when you're in build mode, you can't see inside of them. And while you can just take apart whatever the thing is, and it'll automatically store whatever was inside of it for you, it's still, I prefer to take them out first. We need more bobby pins, but I think this one's our house, right? It's got the door on it. I think that we have bobby pins in here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, outside one achievement, which is to have a large settlement, have like 100% happiness or something. I don't think that there's any real reason. So here's Grognak the Barbarian. Critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do plus 5% damage. With Jungle of the Bat Babes. I was about to say Bat Babes, but no, babies. So that's one of the unique items in this place. Mr. Handy Fuel, that's good for to take apart. Nicer cigarette in the dryer. Radaway. Wait, is there? No. Silver locket. I don't remember what I was saying now. Anyway, here's the other one. It's your special book. Pick the attribute to improve. So this lets you improve one of your things there. We're going to pop it into intelligence for now. Obviously, Sean's room is really fucked up. You got board games, blocks, and everything. I don't remember if there's how many blocks you can actually get in this game. Anyway, to claim a settlement, all you need to do really is find the workshop. And there we go. So now I can build whatever I want here. I can disassemble whatever I want, etc., right? Now, obviously, some of the stuff that's going to be in here is going to be like DLC stuff, but as you can see, they have prefabs with varying degrees of... but if you don't also, as you can see, if you don't have the materials to build something, they won't even show you what it looks like, which I think is kind of shit, because how do I know, like, how do I know if I want to build it if I can't see what it looks like first, right? Like, what if I don't feel like building it? But yeah, you have a bunch of different things you can build. You need power, defenses, you need food and water and everything. There's a lot to it, and you can also, so like, you can scrap stuff, boop, and the whole house is gone. Now, the thing that annoys me about Sanctuary, right? I love the place. It's a nice, large area. It's got the nice streets. It's got too many bushes in that you can't clean up. But the thing that annoys me the most about it is, in actuality, these parts here. Now, you might think, but why would this annoy you? Wouldn't this be great because you can just build another house, right? And like, you got a foundation and everything, right? You would think that that would be correct. You would think, hey, you got this nice foundation. How do I rotate again? Okay. Can't you just build on it? Well, here's the problem, right? This here is the biggest prefab wood shelter. As you can see, does not... It fits on it, but, you know, it doesn't match it, obviously. And if we go into metal prefabs, work our way down to the end, you can have this one on it, but as you can see, it's built... The metal one's built really weird for some reason, and then the next one is, like, really small. You also have... I don't think there's any, like, buildings in concrete. But you do have prefab warehouses. I don't think that there's too much for prefab warehouses. Yeah, most of the stuff in there isn't even a full warehouse. Got a barn, and then once again, you just got like roofs and that. I think that there's actually boxcars is a DLC thing. There's certain doors that are... Yeah, you got powered doors, which was DLC, I do believe. Fences. Oh, right, yeah, junk fences. But anyway, so the thing I'll show you that, and why it annoys me, right? So let's take a wood wall. It doesn't really matter what, but I do prefer ones that they're down this way, right? Yeah. These ones, which are about as nice as you can get for a wood wall, you know. So now let's line it up. And then select it, and then we can adjust it. Now, there we go. Now that's pretty good, right? Like, I'm not going to say that it's perfectly lined up, but it looks pretty good, right? Now, what I would prefer is if it actually snapped to it, because as you can see, they do have snap points. But now here's the thing that annoys me. That's the length of them, which means that you're stuck with either an empty spot along the back or with your wall going way out over top. Now, this is what annoys me about these things, is that they built the in-game houses for Sanctuary Hills with these nice little foundations, and it's the same thing going across the back too, by the way. But they didn't adjust anything. Like, they didn't put snap points on. You can't adjust the size of your walls. Like, what I would have preferred would be to have like a wall point, be like, boom, start here. And then I just walk over here and go, boom, end here, and it just builds the wall. That would have been my ideal for this. Unfortunately, it's not a thing that happens. There is some game, though, now that I've said that, though, that I'm pretty sure that is the building mechanic, at least to some degree. But yeah. And then you can also get into crafting weapons and, upgrading weapons and armor. So, like, as you can see, I don't have leather to get insulated lining, but each upgrade, this gives you extra, because as you can see, I have 5 energy and 10 radiation resistance. Insulated lining gives me 10 and 10. Treated lining gives me 10 and 15. So on and so forth. But then as you can see on the left, or on the right there, you need different ranks in different abilities to get them. And unfortunately, that's the only things I have right now. I think this just, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think possibly changing the Pip-Boy, when you do the one DLC, you might get access to stuff like that. This is to work on power armor. We don't have any of that yet, but we'll be getting quite a bit of that throughout the game. This is the weapons workbench. So now, here's the thing, right? You can upgrade the guns, which is awesome. Gun Nut rank 3 gets you, obviously, like, the better versions of it. Everything comes with its ups and downs. It is fairly balanced. Like, obviously, there's still upgrades overall, but each one. So, like, this one gives you less damage, but it also lowers the weight. Like, the regular gun is 3.5 weight, right? If you get the light frame, you lose 1 damage, which isn't very much, but you gain 1.6 weight. Now, I'm not too worried about that. But then, yeah, and then as you can see, this one here, you gain 1 damage, but you also gain 1.4 weight. So you actually gain less weight than you lose if you go that. But then, yeah, they all do that. They change range, accuracy, whatever. And then you obviously need Gun Nut to do it. You can also change it. You can also go for more damage per shot, or you can have it so that it's automatic. You can change the barrel and everything. Now, this is why I said that it's weird that they give you the 10mm so easily, or as your first gun, because you can make it automatic. You have all of these. You can even put scopes on it. You can make it silenced, everything, right? And then we go to the pipe pistol. As you can see, the 10mm already starts out doing 18 damage. The pipe pistol starts out with 13. And now the thing with the pipe pistol, though, is it's more customizable, but not necessarily better. So as you can see, there's a lot more things, including the ability to change it into a rifle, right? Like, you can very well change it into a sniper rifle. You can change it into an automatic. You can't do shotgun. You can put drum magazines on it, though. But overall, like, let's see. If we go all the way down to the bottom, the 45 receiver gives it 22 damage, which I think is as high damage as you can get, yeah. And that's just the receiver. Whereas to get 22 damage on the 10mm, oh, I guess I need to actually go into it. Right there, hardened receiver. I with 0 upgrades can make this as damaging as the pipe pistol that I need actual, like, upgrades to get, you know? Because, like, this gun here, there you go, 31 damage, which is pretty fucking good. Now, obviously, some of the other stuff can also affect the damage, but oh, I didn't show you the security baton, but you can upgrade melee weapons too. To some extent. They have a lot less upgrades to deal with since they have a lot less parts. But they still can get upgraded to be pretty good. Some of them do have more upgrades than others. Like, I think if you get, like, the super sled, you can turn it into, like, a rocket, or you can, like, attach a rocket to the back of it. We still need more bobby pins. There wasn't any in the in our house. Like I thought that there was a box of bobby pins somewhere in our house, but apparently not. Oh, I can also check this because if you hit X on here, you can see what you have in the workshop. You can also switch between junk and different things. Obviously, all that's in there right now is junk, but yeah. So I spend a huge amount of time on settlement building, which you'll see. Like you won't see it in between this part and next part, but in between next part and next week, you will see Sanctuary Hills have a huge change in how it looks. But like I said, I don't want to get too into that in that many parts. There might be some. There's gonna be some stuff because there's like some quest related stuff that you can do where you oh, there's a bobby pin where you need to build stuff at your settlement. Where it should be in this house here, I think was the thing. But yeah, there, and in all fairness, I'm pretty sure that it isn't until like where, oh, there it is. Almost the end of the game. Like I'm trying to think of what you need to build. There we go.
Got it.
Another pipe pistol, shotgun shells. So pretty much my main weapon of choice in this game is the pistol. I use it a lot because, like I said, you can make it do quite a bit of damage. And then to back that up, I also usually have a shotgun and a sniper rifle, right? I very rarely bother with automatic weapons. How do I... It's that, right? Ow. I very rarely bother with automatic weapons. Yeah, I know I've taken radiation damage. Nuka Cherry. Just because you tear through ammo pretty quickly in this game. Like, even like using a single shot like the pistol, you can tear through. Like, I have almost 100 ammo. I could end up going through that in a single location.
Nice.
Yeah, that is what the fashionable glasses are. That's what I thought. Because it's a little ridiculous. Like, it's not a little ridiculous. Maybe I'm just a horrible shot. But either way, I tend to go through my ammo pretty quickly. Now there is, is it this house? Not. I have to find it because there is another place here that I want to show you because it's kind of like a hidden area, and it's not counted as part of Sanctuary. Like it's a separate load zone and everything. But it does have some good shit in it. Disarm that. Disarm the tension trigger. Okay, so you've seen the lockpicking. Now for the classic Fallout hacking, which is this nonsense. So yeah, it's, I mean, I call it Mastermind. I know that the game has different things, but as you can see, we're entry denied likeness 0, which means none of those letters are in the correct spot. But if we go with bomb, we have 1. I say that like I knew it was going to happen. So since Maze doesn't have any letters, so the thing with Mastermind is there's 2 different ways to do it. One way is if there's a letter correct, it would give it to you, whereas the other way to play it is it has to be the correct letter in the correct spot. That's the one that these guys go for. It has to be the correct letter in the correct spot. So the fact that both of these have an M means nothing because the M's aren't in the right spot. Whereas post, obviously the two O's are. None of the other letters are correct, so we try that. All right. So as you can see, I have one attempt remaining. Now, there's two different ways to deal with this. In Fallout 4, if you get it wrong, you get locked out for a little bit, I think, and then it resets and you can do it again. Or if you have one attempt left, you can just leave. But if you find brackets, open and close brackets that are facing each other, they don't have to be directly next to each other like that. As you'll hopefully see. Yeah, all these ones are close to each other as well. All of these ones are close to each other. So two different things can happen when you find the open and close brackets. The first thing that can happen is, as you see there, it'll remove one of the wrong answers. The other thing that can happen, which is in all honesty, so as you can see, I use the same closed brackets for both of those, but that doesn't make a difference. It works. Good God, all dud removes. So the other thing that can happen, which apparently I'm not going to get, which is honestly very weird. It's usually like the first one I pick, is it can reset your number of attempts. Now, I can try this, but unfortunately, since the only letter I think is the second one, although I tried bomb, which means boys and both are out, but roll and dower, because what was bomb and post? What was the first word I used? Anyway, it kind of screwed me there by not resetting my tries. Some people like to get all of the brackets first, right? Has T in the same spot. Rule has nothing. Okay. Soap. No. Board does have the E. One. Some people like to try and get all the brackets first, or just as they go. I prefer to attempt or to use up my attempts and then go for the brackets so that I can get maximum number of attempts. Now, obviously, with what happened last time, that doesn't really do anything. There we go. See, tries reset. Now, as far as I'm aware, like I said, it was very weird that I never got a tries reset in the last one. Because as far as I know, one of them, up until literally that last hack, I was under the impression that one of them is always tries reset and the rest are just remove duds. So in general, I will use my 3 attempts, and then once my 3 attempts are used up, I'll get all of them just so that it evens out. Okay, so Boar has one likeness, which was the R, correct? No, it was the E at the end. Which means love can't be it because it has 2. Now, to be fair, it could still be ball, because even though both of those two had one likeness, that doesn't mean that they had the same letter likeness, right? Because yeah, it was rate and bore. So prey doesn't have a likeness to it. Now ball has the B, but not, and it also has an A, which is the same as in rate.
Sweet.
Which means it'll work. Alright, so DiPietro, totally high-strung and needs to relax. I keep telling him that, offering to help, but so far no dice. By the looks of the guy, he's self-medicating with pie. Baker, my favorite tinfoil hat wearing nut job, good for 7 ampules of day tripper a week. Guess he's a one-a-day kind of guy, whatever helps the man groove. Rosa, still trying to get her some buff out, didn't expect the rationing to affect this, but it is what it is. Yahani, I don't know. He wants something called Psycho. I'm not sure the stuff even exists, and if it does, do I really want this Neanderthal using it? Guess it depends on how much he's willing to spend. I'll put some feelers out to my army connections, see where that goes. Russell, they still owe me for the last XL delivery. Occurred to me, was it even for them? Because so help me God, if I find out they're juicing up those dogs, we're going to have words about more than the money. But we're probably beyond words anyway. I know they have a floor safe in there. I've seen it. Master bedroom under the dresser. Can't be that tough to crack. That safe we've actually already got. So this is, as you can tell, is a drug dealer's terminal. So O'Keefe and Concord, still good for a couple hits of Daddy-O a week. Pretentious pseudo-intellectual asshole, but his money's good. Williams wants MedX as much as I can get. Hasn't told me why. Not really my business. Guessing there's some sort of long-term pain management going on. Maybe a disease. Anders. Kids are usually a no-go, but this girl's got style and she's not interested in getting tweaked. Ordered 20 blood packs. Some Halloween stunt or something. Or hell, maybe she's really a vampire. What do I care? She's got her daddy's money. Okay. I mean, kids are usually a no-go, and then he's selling her blood packs. So, I mean, it's like, oh, dude, don't sell drugs to kids. And you're like, I really didn't. Boston, the Isaac. Some student at CIT wants Day Tripper XL and an entire pallet, yes, pallet, of Mentats. Not sure if he's doing crazy experiments, dealing with the other eggheads, or on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Don't care so long as the money's good. It's a lot. Young married couple, good for a couple day trippers per week. Easy order, cool people, no brainer. Who was that anyway? The ward. McDermott. Cop, longtime buff out customer, running into supply problems. We've had a good thing for years. I'd hate to end it now, and I don't exactly want to risk him getting all noble and law abiding if he can't get what he wants. That would end very badly for me. Yeah, I mean, Spolsky is the old lady, has upped her Daddy-O order. Weird, but profitable. I don't even remember what Daddy-O does. Then miscellaneous, Malcolm, potential new customer in Charlestown, wants MedX, seems oddly desperate, might be a cop trying too hard, need to move slowly. Duchesne, underwear model from Braintree, beautiful, intelligent, totally weird. All she's ever wanted is stim packs, 10 plus per week. My imagination continues to run wild. I don't know what stim packs are supposed to do in like the world outside of healing you. Because like they're not considered drugs for the purpose of like addiction and that in this game, because this game does have like addiction things in it. Red dress. But it's considered drugs in a couple of the things. MedX. But yeah, each of those drugs that he was listing there is in here. But there are things like Psycho and that up until this game were assumed to be 38 round. Assumed to be created after the war. Like they were like they were like wasteland drugs, you know. But then like this game, at least I'm pretty sure it was that's what they were considered, and maybe even in like Fallout 3 or something, maybe there was like a vault or something that was talking about the drugs, and people were already like, but I thought they were but I thought they weren't made before the war. And then this game came out, and like immediately, like if you go to that terminal, it's like, yeah, all this shit existed, and it's like, all right, but why? Oh, I forgot that my light was even on because it wasn't all that dark, or it wasn't all that bright. All right, so as you can see, Sanctuary Hills. All right, so let's see. How long did it take for us to explore Sanctuary Hills? Because I feel like we've been here for quite a while. Wow, 40 minutes. Yeah, we've been here for fucking ever. All right, so we'll grab the fragmentation grenade, and we'll cross the bridge to get our first companion, who is going to be very important for what I'm going to be doing in between parts. Take the drifter outfit. Here's a dog. Tire iron. Apparel. We'll actually throw on the drifter outfit because it looks. I like it better than the jumpsuit. I guess we'll throw on the military cap. It does raise our perception, and we're not wearing a hat right now. I don't remember how to. There it is. Yeah, I guess we can't really see our face unless we're like in a thing. But anyway, we'll run up here because this companion that we're about to get is very useful. Greet the dog.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? You lose your owner, buddy? Okay, then. Let's stick together. Hey.
Yeah, so here we go. We now have a companion. Put stuff in his inventory. We don't have anything that the dog can equip as of yet. But this is the Red Rocket truck stop, and all you need to do is pop over here. Some settlements do have more requirements in order to use. Oh, that's a stim pack. In order to acquire them for use, but there are still quite a few that you can find in the game. That's just like, hey, here you go. And all you have to do is find that location or find the workshop, and you do have to find the workshop. It doesn't really make sense, but if you walk in and you just hold the select there to try and go into settlement mode, it doesn't work. I also love how the dog can open and close the doors. Cap, stash. Alright. Business entries. Took some wrangling with the head office, but we finally got all the tools we need to machine our own parts. No more having to pay for Corvega factory parts the next time they change the spec on a damn fastener. Just take one we got and trim the excess down until it fits. That Rosa widow in Sanctuary Hills is restoring an old classic Corvega with her son. Nice woman, pretty. Kid seems like kind of a brat, but I guess that's the point of her doing this project with him. Anyway, she's been doing a hell of a job. I was amazed at how much her and the kid have been able to do on their own. The only reason she even came to me is because the engine is out of her depth. I'm sure we can help her out. Jim, take care of these barrels before you leave tonight. Inspectors are coming first thing in the morning. Just hide them with the others. We'll figure out a longer-term solution later. Hey, if nature's going to favor us with a cave right below the shop, who am I to argue? Okay, so this is from leading up to the 23rd when the bombs drop. So you replace the brakes in 2075 Fusion Flea Supreme. Monthly service on the Vault-Tec van. No major issues with the vehicle, but that rep is an uppity asshole. Began work on a late modern motorcycle. Pre-atomic, what seemed to be simply a sticky throttle turned out to be a more serious issue with the cables. They're almost all completely degraded or replaced with platinum parts. Coolant leak in one of those new 2077 Corvega coupes. Bubble top. They don't make them like they used to. Yeah, they never do. Replace the atomic alternator in a Corvega. Alright. So the only thing basically... Oh, there we go. So yeah, the only thing basically that terminal is for is to give you that hint. Oh fuck, we never found the thing back in Sanctuary. Damn it. Okay, well we'll run back and do that. I forgot about that. Fuckers.
Hey.
Oh. No, I didn't actually need you, dog. But yeah, is to give you the clue about the cave under the shop, which is here. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll run back to Sanctuary and do the other thing that I was talking about and forgot about. Also, if you're running difficulty-wise, we're on easy. Just because like it's the second highest difficulty or second lowest difficulty, which is generally what I go for. Because that way, you know, I can still die, but we don't need to worry about getting like hung up on like a boss or something. You know, I should be able to make it through. So we will get some radiation damage from this, but we got a fusion core from there. Mr. Benson, on behalf of the Boston Regional Office, I would like to congratulate you and your team on winning the 2076 Trash Busters Award for the greatest year-to-year waste reduction by a single store. Respect for the environment is an integral part of our corporate image, and we appreciate your innovative efforts in this regard. So obviously that's nonsense, because he just shoves it in a cave underneath the shop. But that's kind of the point of it, right? Because I was like, hey, just because somebody says they're doing something doesn't mean they are. How you fake throwing away this much shit, though? I mean, because like he has to be telling them that he's putting it somewhere, right? Especially to get the reward, like for your innovative efforts. Oh, that one's survived. All right, well, didn't survive the second shot. There's actually very few things that drinking water restores health, but unpurified water causes radiation damage. You can actually get a couple of perks that will eliminate that, but now in Skyrim, there was never a point where we were worried about bobby pins. Now that we've left Sanctuary and we've got 7, there probably won't be a part where we're worried about them again. That we have to search for them. So once again, you know, this is one of those locations that I'll come back to later and finish grabbing all of the nonsense that's in here. And then I'll haul it back to, well, I guess I don't really need to haul it back to Sanctuary because I have this settlement as well. So in general, what I do, since you get both of these settlements and they're right next to each other and everything, is I make Sanctuary a settlement. Like I move people into it. I build it up like it's a little town and everything, right? Like I get it built up. Red Rocket, though, is basically my base. That's where like I store all of my weapons that I make, all of my armor, like all of my power armors, everything, right? Like I put it all in Red Rocket. And once we unlock the the robots, there's the one DLC that added like a bunch of robot stuff to the game. Once we unlock that, that's also where I keep all my robots that I make. All right, so where the I'm trying to remember where this thing is. I know it's along the backyards somewhere, but I don't remember which. Oh, here it is. The Root Cellar. This is a place I was talking about before. That's like, it's not a part of Sanctuary because it's a separate load zone. But there's still like a bunch of shit down here, like aluminum cans and that, which you would think worthless, right? No, you need aluminum for a lot of stuff. There's also some food, some alcohol that actually hasn't been drank yet. Bobby pins, some bullets, some purified water, which if you're on survival mode where you actually have to eat and drink, this is a great place to get to right away. You also have some gold bars, which are, as you can imagine, fairly worthwhile.
Loctite.
Oh, but unfortunately that's an advanced one, which means we need to level up. Which actually we can level up. So yeah, this is your level up. You can spend your points to increase your actual stats, like unlike in the other Fallout games, and by other I mean 3 in New Vegas, where once you had a certain strength, perception, whatever, that was it. And this one here, you can actually spend a point to increase it, and then what you can get down here is determined by that. So like I just put 4 into everything, and then obviously we got that book that gave me an extra intelligence, so I can go down to intelligence 5, but I can't get anything underneath 4 for any of the rest of them. So our first point will go into Locksmith, specifically, so that I can get into this safe now. Now that your special book that I picked up, there's a thing you can do with the dog, where you can duplicate stuff with them. It's kind of annoying, but you can duplicate that book, and and continuously use it. So I'll show you once right before we end the part here. See, I prefer to do it like on one of the driveways, because it's like a nice flat area, you know. Here, this will work. Come on. Okay. If we go here, miscellaneous, right? Yeah. And drop the book. Boop, there it is on the ground. Now you command the dog to
Wait
stay.
there. Grab that.
Damn it, I missed. So as you can see, the dog. Stop moving, dog.
Heads up.
Okay, so go
Head
over there.
over there. Get that.
So if you watch, when the dog lowers its head. Damn it, I think I missed it again. I did, yeah.
Yo. Psst. Over
there.
there. Grab that.
Okay. Damn it. Not doing good at this. Go
Get
over
into
there.
position.
Unless, I don't think it ever got fixed, but
Get that.
I think it just got harder to do. There. Now he dropped it. But, as you can see, it's on the ground. Oh, no, it didn't work either. I thought I heard the noise go off. Anyway, that's how you're supposed to do it. Like I said, maybe they fixed it. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Maybe they fixed it because I do actually vaguely remember having to do it a different way at some point.
Bring it here, boy.
Get it? Alright. Well, whatever. I'll work it out in between parts, and then maybe at the beginning of the next part I'll tell you. But yeah, that'll be it for this part. That was Sanctuary Hills and Red Rocket. Like I said, not a huge amount in either of them. Next part, though, we'll head to, where are we going? Concord, right? We'll head to Concord, which is a much bigger area, and pick up our first settlers, I guess. But yeah, that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching. And I will see you on Friday for more.